This is Steve and you're watching Sci-Fi Journal.
Good evening. Welcome to another edition of Sci-Fi Journal presented by the Rhode Island Science Fiction Club. This show is for June 2011. My name is Marc Morisseau, and also hosting the show today are the wonderful Calvin Watts III, the awesome Jay Kingston, and the spectacular James Hinsey. All right, all back together today. It's summertime. It's about freaking time.
Yeah.
It's been a...
What happened to spring?
Well, spring is still here. As we tape, it's still spring. But yeah, spring is good. Oh, summer's much better. Why? Because it's June, and the fracking Green Lantern movie comes out in June. That's why it's so awesome, right? Okay. Anyway, as always, are we still taping? Yes, we're still taping, okay, as our camera people move around. As always, we begin the segment with something we like to call popcorn previews. Take it away, Jay.
Anyway, having said that, we've got two films on this month's list of comic book movies. The first of which is X-Men First Class. Stars James McAvoy and Michael Fassbender. And this tells the story of the origins of the Xavier School for Gifted Students and the origins of the X-Men. This takes place back when Magneto and Professor X were allies working on the same side, and it takes place during the darkest days of the Cold War. And the preview will explain better than I can. So let's watch the preview.
Chance to become part of something much bigger than yourself.
What do you know about me?
Everything. A new species is being born. Help me guide it. Shape it. Lead it.
Time for the tour.
You have no idea what I'd give to feel
Normal.
You want society to accept you, but you can't even accept yourself.
Should we have to hide?
Tomorrow, mankind will know that mutants exist. They'll fear us, and that fear will turn to hatred.
Not if we stop a war. Not if we risk our lives doing so. We have it in us to be the better men.
We already are.
It shall be the policy of this nation to regard any nuclear missile launched from Cuba as an attack by the Soviet Union on the United States.
They're just kids.
No, they were kids.
Ready for this?
Let's find out.
The cost of freedom is always high. No one can foresee precisely what course it will take. One path we shall never choose. That is the path of surrender.
Listen to me very carefully, my friend. Killing will not bring you peace.
Peace was never an option.
moving right along, we've got our second on the list of cartoon or comic book based movies, Captain America, the First Avenger. Now, this stars Chris Evans, Tommy Lee Jones, and Hugo Weaving. And Hugo Weaving we all remember from Lord of the Rings and from The Matrix.
Yep.
And this film basically tells the origin of Captain America. Steve Rogers is a very diminutive person, a young man, very brave of heart, a very courageous person, but very small, and wants to get into the army in the worst way in World War II, and he keeps getting turned down. And he finally gets involved in a military secret project to create what they call a super soldier using the super soldier serum. Say that 5 times fast. And the process is overseen in part by Iron Man's father. So this is back in the days of World War II. The super soldier is created, and Steve Rogers is that person becoming Captain America. And it also deals with his struggles with the army of the Third Reich, and specifically the Red Skull, played by Hugo Weaving. And this looks awesome. I hope it lives up to the preview, because I'm really looking forward to it. So let's see it.
Rogers, Steven. Just give me a chance.
Sorry, son. I'm saving your life.
General Patton has said that wars are fought with weapons, but they are won by men.
You just don't know when to give up, do ya? I could do this all day.
Our goal is to create the greatest army in history.
I should be going with you. Look, I know you don't think I can do this.
This isn't a back alley, Steve. It's war.
But every army begins with one man.
5 tries in 5 different cities. I can offer you a chance.
He will be the first in a new breed of super soldiers.
Why me? Because the weak men knows the value of strength, knows the value of power.
That wasn't so bad.
That was penicillin.
We are going to win this war because we have the best men.
Now, Mr. Stark.
Nay, who personally escort Adolf Hitler to the gates of hell.
How do you feel?
Your task won't be simple.
Who the hell are you? The first of many.
Your enemy is not what you expect.
I don't know if I can do this.
This is why you've chosen.
What do you think?
I think it works.
Now we've got Transformers, Dark Side of the Moon. Now this is the 3rd installment in the Transformers series.
I got your dark side of the moon right here. But
And
Are you comfortably numb?
wait a minute.
Actually,
Yes, I am.
that was the wall, but I digress.
all of you rock and roll fans out there who remember sitting in a dark room with headphones on listening to Pink Floyd. Anyway.
Oh, the pretty lights. Yeah.
Sometimes you saw the lights without the lights being on. But anyway, who was the girl that was in the first 2?
Megan Fox.
Megan Fox is not in this one.
She got fired.
That's right. Oh, well.
So What did they do? They went out and picked up a Victoria's Secret model and put her in her place.
Yep.
Can I get a dong from everybody?
All right.
Anyway,
Baseball.
stars Shia LaBeouf, Josh Duhamel, and Rosie Huntington, who was the Victoria's Secret model.
All right.
And Frances McDormand.
I wonder how they're going to explain that, though, or if they're even going to.
Probably not.
Probably not.
She left him. She got dumped.
That's it. So,
Yeah, he's in college now. He's got a.
That's it.
Yep. Got tired of watching her pose on motorcycles.
Right.
And, you know. Anyway, a event from Earth's past comes screaming into the future. And basically it threatens to erupt into a war that could devastate all mankind, and the Autobots alone cannot save the Earth this time, allegedly. So, I mean, to me, it looks very promising, and let's face it, it can't be much worse than the last one.
I agree.
That's
So,
Our entire space race of the 1960s was in response to an event. If you breathe a word of what you've seen here, it will do time for treason.
Everything humans know of our planet, we were told, had been shared. You lied to us. You've made a grave mistake.
Years from now, they're gonna ask, where were you when they took over the planet?
You'll be fine. I promise. It's over. I'm sorry, but it's over.
Optimus!
You may lose your faith in us, but never in yourselves. From here, the fight will be your own.
All right, let's move along. Do you like movies? Do you like video games? Yes. Do you like videos? Yes. Do you like DVDs? Yes. Well, here's the favorite segment of the entire show.
Will you stop with that crap?
Game Over with Calvin Watts III. Take it away, Calvin.
no pressure.
Hold on.
Well, no, as we tape, E3 is either happening, if I remember correctly, going to the calendar, E3 should be taking place as we speak.
Yep.
And the major studios will be having their press conferences already. So next month, I'm hoping to have a big E3 breakdown, but we'll give you some news now. Let's go to Nintendo. Nintendo is going to have a new system coming out.
That's right. And someone will actually play.
Codenamed Project Cafe as we speak, otherwise known as Wii 2 or Wii HD.
Okay.
We don't know any details as of right now.
If it's the first Wii, and then there's the second Wii, why don't they just call it Wii Wii? Makes sense.
Because it's not their French system.
Then no, okay.
All Nintendo has said is that it is definitely a console coming out and it'll debut next year in 2012.
Yep.
There have been all sorts of rumors so far. Next month we'll be able to verify.
It'll be $600.
But it looks like at the very least it's going to have high definition graphics, which is one thing that is sorely lacking on the Wii. It's supposed to be at least as powerful as the Xbox 360 or PlayStation 3, if not more so. The controller is supposed to have maybe a touch screen built into it, and we don't really know about motion controls or whatever. And excuse me. The online interface is supposed to be much more improved. Right. Supposedly no more friend codes. It is supposed to be much more user-friendly to get on and actually play. Whether that all is true or not, I have no idea, but we'll know for sure next month. I will say this, I know The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword has been delayed, and it would not surprise me at all to see that held back as a launch title for the new system. That's what they ended up doing last time with the last Zelda that came out, Twilight Princess, so I would not be surprised at all to see that happen here. Sony, on the other hand,
not so good stuff to talk about.
Sony has major damage control issues.
Yep.
For those of you that don't know, back on April 19th, there was an attack on the PlayStation Network servers. Stuff was stolen, consumers' credit card info, personal information, hundreds of thousands of pertinent data. The system went down temporarily, it came back up, and then it went down for good. It hasn't been on since as of this taping, and we're way into the middle of May now, so we're going on pretty much a month. They don't know when the servers are going to come back up. Supposedly as of when you see this, supposedly they could be up, possibly, but who knows? There are lawsuits going on, all sorts of stuff. The internet hacking group Anonymous, some people have taken credit for doing this, and some people haven't. But regardless of the fact is, I mean, they're talking major issues. So a lot of high-profile games have come out. Mortal Kombat came out the week the thing went down, and they have an exclusive character on the PlayStation Network. Portal 2 came out that same week, and Sony was talking about the Valve integration with the PlayStation. Haven't been able to do anything with that. And then, of course, Sony gets a bright idea. Well, the PlayStation Network was having a problem, but the Sony Online Network, where they have their MMO games like DC Universe Online, oh, that's just fine.
Yeah.
Not so fast. They went and attacked that. Got a bunch of credit card information, personal data. That's been down now for about 3 weeks.
Yeah, because Jay, you were playing that game for a while, too.
Yes, I was.
Yep.
Yes, I was. And I think that, I honestly think that they should, Congress should look into this and any of this stuff that's going on in our country, or maybe they should do it in the international courts or something. But these people should be regarded as terrorists, and they should take them, and if they catch them, take them, lock them up, throw them in the deepest, darkest hole they can find, and throw away the key. Because how many people's lives have been affected by this? How many people are going to lose everything that they've got because some moron out there with a keyboard thinks it's funny to steal somebody's credit information? And how many people are going to commit suicide because they've lost everything?
If they do.
If they do lose everything because of these, SOBs that are doing the hacking.
It's a real mess. It took Sony almost 10 days to actually say that there was an attack on their servers and that, stuff got lost.
And that's inexcusable as well.
Absolutely. So, I mean, there are some things that they're going to be offering as of this moment, and things might change, but as we go to press now, so to speak, when it comes back up, the PlayStation Plus pay service will be free to everyone for a month. People who actually pay for the service now will have an extra month credited, plus, I guess, time that they've lost not being able to play online.
Right.
They're supposedly going to have
giving like 2 days for every day that you've lost.
Yeah, they're
plus another month on top of it or something.
Right. There'll also be like some free downloads and stuff.
Right.
For the Sony Online players, they're going to get 30 free extra days of free gaming time. The lifetime players will have like extra credit put into their accounts for like the microtransactions and stuff. But honestly, they're going to have to do a lot because their gaming credibility is shattered. There's no other way to put it. They have to rebuild the online network from the ground up.
Right.
And that's what's taking so long. And even then, Sony has been in decline for a while, and they could very well just end up being in third place and stay there.
Well, I'll tell you, until that happened, the DC Universe Online was really picking up in popularity. That was a lot of fun. It was a great game, and you actually felt like you were, you created your own superhero, but you actually felt like you were involved in a moving, breathing comic book type of thing. So it was one of the ultimate fantasy escape type of things for me anyway, because I've loved comics ever since I was a kid, and this was just like the culmination of everything.
So anyway, so E3 next month, we'll have more information on this, and we'll have a big breakdown of everything that's going on and see what Sony has to say and how they respond.
Okay.
That's all I got.
Okay, sounds good. All right, last month on May 7th, it was Free Comic Book Day across the country.
It was.
It was a lot of fun, and the four of us took a little road trip when we visited 4 different comic book shops. We started at the top of the state, worked our way down to Providence and Kingston and Newport, visited some great shops, and we've got some footage to show you about Free Comic Book Day, so take a look.
Okay, as I mentioned, we're here at Friendly Neighborhood Comics, and I'm here with the shop owner,
Ernie Pelletier. Thank you for stopping by.
Well, thank you, Ernie, for having us. Ernie, I know you've got a great shop here. I mean, this place is just fabulous. Mark's going to pan with the camera and take us around the shop, and we can see some things that are going on. But besides Free Comic Book Day, I understand you've got something else that you're really excited about, and that's the comic-related novels.
Right. One of the things that I've always tried to do at the comic store is have it be more than just comics. And, there are a lot of really cool books out there that people that are interested in comics may be interested in as well. Usually we talk about genre novels, science fiction, fantasy, horror, crime. So what we try to do is have a nice selection of genre novels that may appeal to, for example, our crime comic readers. Maybe they like a mystery. Certainly the people that are picking up the Buffy comic, well, now we've got the True Blood comic, and we carry the True Blood books as well. So we find that there is a lot of overlap, and people like the idea of having a convenient place where they can find a wide variety of books that interest them right here at the comic shop where they're coming every week anyway. So that seems to be a really nice mix. And the one thing I have found, though, is that, when people think of comic book stores, they don't think of them as really being true bookstores. And that's something that I'm trying to change. I really would like to have more of a bookstore atmosphere and be able to let people know that, yes, Game of Thrones is a perfect one. On HBO right now, we carry all the books. And when the new book comes in July, we're going to have it, and we'll have it at a competitive price. So you don't necessarily need to buy it online. You can come in where there's a cool store with Game of Thrones books, a lot of things that may interest you if you like the show. So we're really trying to have a nice mix of material.
That's great. I know that my introduction to reading started with comic books, and of course that led into they had bigger comic books at the time, like king-size comics, and then I started reading regular books and things, and my parents were like, wow, he's reading, that sort of thing.
The same thing happened with me. I was an avid reader of comics. I ended up being, throughout my elementary and into my high school years, I ended up being the best reader in all my classes because I was reading so much good material. And the funny thing about comics back in the day, not so much true anymore, but back in the day, people used to think, well, it's kind of like junk reading and whatnot. But the reality was the vocabulary that you were exposed to in comics was often significantly higher than what you were experiencing in the classroom. Now today, teachers and librarians love comics because, as we all know, the kids growing up today are visually based. Between the internet and even the smartphones and cable TV and the video games, our kids are wired visually. So if you give a kid Moby Dick to read over the summer, I love Moby Dick, but we all know you're going to fight with that kid to get him to read it. However, you give that same kid a Moby Dick graphic novel, not only is he going to tear through it, you're not going to have to fight with him. He's going to love it, and then he's going to say, what else do you have? What else can I get? And I see that all the time. So comics, I think, serve a really unique niche in breaching the gap between our kids who are exposed to so much video material and getting to enjoy the love of reading. It's a nice fit because of the graphics and the artwork, and the paper quality is so much better than the newsstand print we used to get back in the day. I think they're really, really effective, and it's great to see so many teachers and librarians catching on to that.
That's great. Now, besides comics, besides genre novels, I notice you also have a great collection of games here. You've got videos, you've got collectibles.
We really try and carry a lot of everything, so that again it's kind of a one-stop shopping for people that are interested in a lot of this material. And we try and do more than just the superheroes too. That's why we really try and stock up a lot of the independent books, a lot of the things like Love and Rockets, the Robert Crumb books, and books of that nature. We really try and capture a wide variety, so that if somebody comes in and they say, well, I'm really not into superheroes, that's okay. We've got a lot of other books that you may like.
That's great. Well, we're going to take a look around the shop.
Sure.
We're going to see exactly what you've got to offer so that our fans out there can see you. And hopefully the fans who are in our viewing area here will be able to come right up. And why don't you give us the address of the shop?
Sure. We're Friendly Neighborhood Comics. We're at 191 Mechanic Street on Route 140 in Bellingham. We're easily accessible off of exit 17 off 495. We're about 2 miles off the highway, a direct shot. We also have a website, friendlycomics.com, that you can go look. We have a shopping cart page on there as well if you want to pick something up that maybe you just don't want to make the trip up for. But really, come on up, check us out. I think you'll have a good time. And if you mention this program, we'll give you 10% off on the spot.
That's great. And what are the hours of the shop?
We are open on Sundays from noon until 6 p.m., Monday and Tuesday, noon until 8 p.m., Wednesday, New Comic Book Day, 9 to 9, Thursday and Friday, 12 to 9, and Saturday, 9 to 9.
That's fabulous, Ernie. Thank you so much for talking to us.
Okay, we are at Rah-coco's in Providence, and Rah-coco's Comics has been around for a number of years, and unfortunately, or fortunately maybe for you, it is the only true comic book store that is left in the city, but it is a gem of a place, and we're speaking with the owner proprietor, Regan. Regan, how you doing?
Very good. How are you?
I'm doing fine. So why don't you tell us a little bit about your store and what is so great about Free Comic Book Day?
My store has been around since 1984. I was Rock Collectibles back then, and I switched over to Rah-coco's back in 89, I believe. Since then, I've been in 5 different locations, 4 on Chalkstone Ave, and now over here on West Park Street or Selwyn Way. We have 2 names on our street, thankfully. Free Comic Book Day has been going on for the last 9 years, since 2002. We have been a constant supporter of that since then. It's always fun, enjoyable, and who can beat free comics?
Absolutely. So there's been a lot of stuff going on with comics this year. You got 4 superhero movies coming out this summer. They all look good. Do you have a particular one that you want to see, and what is really going on with comics right now that you're really into?
I've been reading Walking Dead since it started, and that's the one I've been enjoying the most lately. The television series was fantastic. I don't know if you caught it.
Absolutely.
But that was fantastic. I'm looking forward to the season 2, which starts up on Halloween. As for the other comic movies that are out, I'm looking forward to them all.
That's good. So 9 years it's been. So for Free Comic Book Day, that's
Yes.
really cool. Going to be around for a 10th?
I sure hope so. I look forward to it.
All right. Thanks a lot. Okay, we're over here at Rah-coco's, and we're going to be speaking with Tori, who knows a little bit something about Free Comic Book Day. Hello.
Hi. This is Free Comic Book Day. It is the 9th annual year, and it's going to be a good day.
So what is so interesting with you about Free Comic Book Day?
Free Comic Book Day interests me because I like comic books. As you can see, we have a various selection. This is for the older people. This is for the youngins. And this is somewhere in the middle. So you get a range of ages coming, looking for comic books.
That's very interesting. So, what do you particularly like? Because you said you were a comic book fan.
I am interested in the Spider-Man because he is the neighborhood hero, and he always saves the day. He saves the day, so.
That's really good. What is so great about Rah-coco's?
Rah-coco's is good because my uncle owns it, and I've been a part of this team since ever.
All right, Tori, thank you very much. See, another one of the many reasons to come down and visit Rah-coco's.
This is a grand treat for me, guys. We got yin, yang, and I'm the yo-yo. Who could ask for better than Harley Quinn back?
Ah, there you are. Okay, now we are at my favorite comic book store. This is where I go to every week for my books. Time Capsule Comics in Cranston. And we're talking to Paul. Nice to meet you, Paul. Thanks for talking to us. I appreciate it. All right, tell us a little bit about Free Comic Book Day.
Well, Free Comic Book Day is it was made by the manufacturers of comic books to get people back into brick and mortar stores and introduce more people to comic books and really get people inside the stores and get them looking around. They make these wonderful comic books that we give away for free, but then people are introduced to things that they could also buy.
Okay. Now, how many titles is Time Capsule offering during Free Comic Book Day?
It's got to be at least 40 of different titles available, but each individual person gets to pick 4. So you get to actually walk out with 4 free comic books.
Yeah, that's cool. Now, out of all the comics that they're offering today, do you have a favorite?
You know, I'm kind of partial to the Baltimore book myself, and Atomic Robo. I like some of the more indie stuff.
Yeah, I collect Atomic on a regular basis. Yeah, it's awesome stuff. Okay, now, do you know how long this particular store has been open?
Oh, we're going on 7.5 years now.
Okay.
Yeah, so quite a while.
Yeah, and you just opened another store in Seacon as well?
Correct. And they're also offering free comics today as well. They've been going on about a year and a half now.
Okay, good, wonderful. All right, so this is Time Capsule, awesome comic book shop. Come on down for a Free Comic Book Day. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
James here from Sci-Fi Journal, here at the Annex comic book shop here on Broadway in Newport. And this is Wayne, the proprietor here. And Wayne, how long has the Annex been in Newport?
The Annex has been open since 1984. It's one of the longest continuously operating comic book stores in New England.
Excellent. And how many, you're participating in Free Comic Book Day today, right?
It's the 10th anniversary, and we've been doing it for 10 years.
And how many issues do you have here?
I didn't count that.
But you have several
we
here.
We have tons of comics. I'm very happy today because there's a lot of kid-friendly books that are available, where in the past it was more adult-oriented. So, you know, it's important to get the kids reading at a young age.
That's how I started. Yeah. And you also have like an art gallery here.
Yeah, we like to promote local artists. We have drawing events. I'm currently showing a gentleman by the name of Logo, whose real name is Art, in the front windows. And then this is a piece by Dan Cotterbay. I show photographs by local artists, paintings, anything that is big and bold and calls attention to the store.
Great. I've seen some of the things you had online too. You're on Facebook and other places.
Yes, you can look us up on Facebook under Annex Comics. You can look at our website under annexcomics.com. We want to get all sorts of creative people of a like mind together and exchanging ideas, and I believe that everybody has a voice and everybody has a chance, should have a chance to use that voice. It's important.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Wayne. All right, back to the studio.
And that was a lot of fun, too. It was nice for the shop owners. They were all very, very gracious.
Yes.
Yes.
That was good. And I noticed the first one, Friendly Neighborhood Comics, he said in the piece, if you go to his shop and you mention that you saw us on Sci-Fi Journal, he'll give you a 10% discount.
That's pretty cool.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Cool. which is
He
pretty
was
good.
very knowledgeable. I mean, I did the interview with him, Ernie, Ernie Peltier.
Yep.
And I did the interview with Ernie, and he did the interview himself. I mean, it was just like I asked a question, and
he rolled
with it. It was great.
No, we had a lot of fun. Each one of the places that we went to really has something to
They're all
offer.
very unique. And you're right. You're right. Annex Comics is a very unique spot.
Yes.
But
that place is cool. Yeah.
Rah-coco's, I mean, it being a hole in the wall, but still the fact that it's the only comic book store in Providence,
Yeah.
and there's so much stuff there, and Regan's a really nice guy to talk to.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they were all nice.
Yeah, those are nice shops.
Everybody was nice.
The older places too. It's one of those shops where if you're looking for a particular comic, you're not sure if you can find it or not, you go to those places because you know the guy can find it. He's got it, or he can find it for you. That type of thing.
And that is getting increasingly harder to do.
Yep.
It really is.
You know, the only thing that was missing for me from Friendly Neighborhood Comics was, I don't know why, but I've always associated going into a comic book shop with a creaking floor.
Oh,
and he did not have a creaking floor.
Brand spanking new building. Hey,
Brand spanking new building, but everybody else had the creaking floor, and it was like, oh, this is probably because when I was a kid, I used to go to Earnshaw's Drugs on Main Street in East Greenwich when we would go down to visit my grandmother, and my mother would give me a couple of bucks, and I'd go up to Earnshaw's Drugs, and the pharmacist, Mr. Earnshaw, had tons and tons and tons of comics on display, and he always would let me sit. They had like a little windowsill type of thing, low, and I would sit and read the comics, and I was one of the only kids that he would let do that because he knew my grandmother and he liked her, and I was a polite kid. I never bothered anybody. And everything.
Look what happened.
And well, when he finally closed up and went out of business, and I'll tell you where you can go afterwards. He brought out this huge, absolutely huge box of comic books and says, "Do you want them?"
Yeah.
And I was like, drool, you know. Yes, I'll take them. So I mean, that's where I got my comic book collection from. Was
and back then, Gutenberg had just done the press, so it was good. They were very expensive.
That's it, absolutely. And you can go jump yourself. But that had the creaking floor.
Yeah.
Earnshaw's Drugs had the creaking floor to it.
But even without creaking floors, they were awesome places to visit.
Absolutely. And when I was walking around with Marc in Friendly Neighborhood Comics, I heard that creaking, and I thought it was the floor, but it was just Marc's bones.
It was me. It was me trying to work the camera.
Yeah.
So it was.
Yep. And it was kind of hard to see because of all the dust he was farting. But you know, besides that,
it was good. Okay.
But we had a blast.
Yeah.
Support your local comic book store. That's the moral of the story.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's move on to the wonderful world of television and a segment that we like to call
Morals,
Toob News. Stargate Universe aired its last episode on May 11th. That's it. Stargate Universe, that's it.
I'm going to miss that show.
I like that show. I
love
really
that
did.
show.
Yep.
It was, I call it subtle drama. You know, it's like intense drama.
Right.
But subtle. You know, it's awesome.
Yeah, it was good.
So for the first time in what? 12 years?
Right.
Something like that?
There'll be no more
Stargate of any kind.
They were looking at doing a Stargate online game, and that fell through, and nope, no more Stargate for a long time, which is too bad. It was good.
Yeah.
Sci-Fi Channel has a whole bunch of summer shows coming up that we want to tell you about. Eureka returns Monday, July 11th at 8 p.m. for season 5.
Yeah.
Warehouse 13 the same night. Season 3 starts at 9 p.m.
Yeah.
So Eureka followed by then Warehouse 13. Haven returns for season 2, July 15th at 10 p.m. There are some current shows going on. The Haunted Collector begins Wednesday, June 1st at 9 p.m. It looks like really bizarre. It's like this guy who collects all these different artifacts, and supposedly they're haunted. So go figure. Urban Legends is on Fridays at 10 p.m. They explore all these different urban legend wacko scenarios. Falling Skies, which we mentioned last month, the 2-hour series premiere is Sunday, June 19th at 9 p.m. On TNT. And the regular time slot is Sundays at 10 for season 1. It's 10 episodes. Noah Wiley stars in the gripping drama from DreamWorks, produced by Steven Spielberg, about the aftermath of an alien invasion and the resistance movement formed by the survivors. The 9 Lives of Chloe King is an ABC series that premieres on June 14th. This is said to have a sci-fi backup, but it looks more like fantasy. It's about a young girl, Chloe King, who dies only to discover that she lives again. That's where the 9 Lives comes in. She is the protector of an ancient race hunted by human assassins for millennia. Chloe is played by Skylar Samuels, who co-starred in that series The Gates that was on ABC last year. It is based on the book series The 9 Lives of Chloe King by Liz Braswell. So that's interesting. I didn't know that. I might just go pick up the book, see what it's like. Teen Wolf is another series that's coming out for the summer from MTV. It's a new series. Starts on June 5th, runs for 12 episodes. It's another supernatural high school show with a werewolf twist. It's not a comedy like the Michael J. Fox. It's a serious take on it. And it takes advantage of shows like Supernatural and Vampire Diaries. Gives something for the teenagers to watch if they're not getting picked off by fundamentalist Christian groups. Futurama returns for season 6 on June 23rd for 13 episodes.
Cool.
So that should be a lot of fun. The Wonder Woman TV series that we've been promoting, we thought NBC was going to pick it up. They didn't pick it up. So now they're trying, Warner Brothers is trying to shop it around to cable TV. And we'll see what happens with that. Human Target has been canceled by Fox, unfortunately. What else did you say, Calvin? V?
Looks like V's been canceled.
Oh, that's so bad.
Oh, it had a great cliffhanger ending.
Yeah, I know. It was good.
No Ordinary Family.
No Ordinary Family, ABC.
That had a great
that was a good
ending.
show.
Yeah. The Event.
The Event, which I'm not going to miss because I'm going to finish it out because I've already started watching it, but
And I think Eureka also is not going to be back after this summer.
see, after 5 years, I'm not sure, but
Yeah.
maybe, maybe not. All right, and what else did I say? I said Human Target. And what else? Well, we have a correction to make. Remember last month, we talked about a series on Sci-Fi Channel called The Alphas, and we joked around about how they were being hunted by the NSA. And, well, the NSA is never going to find them because they can't even find Osama bin Laden. Well, guess what? They found and killed Osama bin Laden. So we stand corrected on that one. I guess the NSA is a lot more efficient than we thought they would be.
Well, I think we were the ones who actually spurred them into doing something.
That's probably what it was.
President Obama was watching our show.
Yep.
And said,
because doesn't he get a personal? He gets a personal copy every month.
He does. He gets a personal copy of our show every month, and you know, we haven't busted him up about his Final Four predictions.
Right. Yep.
And you know, he sat there and he said, "Well, gosh darn it, I think these guys are right. We ought to find Osama, and I want it done now."
That's it. Stop screwing around and get it done.
So, Mark, you killed Osama bin Laden?
I'll be glad to take credit for that one. Okay. And that's all I have for Toob News. Now let's...
And that section, by the way, Toob News, was brought to you by the maker of Mark's glasses, Anton van Leeuwenhoek.
That's right. Von what?
Leeuwenhoek.
Van Leeuwenhoek.
You know, microscope.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
Yeah.
It's an hour show, right? Yeah. Let's move on to the wonderful world of anime with James Hinsey.
I just have a little bit of anime, okay? I had forgot that Star Blazers returned to TV on the Sci-Fi Channel.
What's the matter with you?
Right, it's on Thursday nights. The problem is, like, I checked the schedule, it was supposed to be at midnight, 2 episodes at midnight, but next week, or this week, it's scheduled for like 2 a.m., and the next week after that, it's like 1 a.m. So you're gonna have to try to, you know, keep checking the schedule, see when it's on, because they keep showing other stuff, you know, and moving it around.
So they're shuffling around.
Shuffling around,
Okay.
which makes it hard for some people who only use VCRs and not DVRs. So, but Star Blazers, the original series, as it was dubbed and edited, not the Uchu Senkan Yamato series. So, but it's good and nostalgia to, you know, check it out. I went to Eternitas, a Harry Potter conference, a couple of weeks ago up in New Hampshire. And this was my T-shirt from the convention.
Yep.
Yep. and it was a great fun time, awesome time. 300 people. We had a fashion show.
Now this is a Harry Potter convention.
Harry Potter conference.
Okay.
Yeah, we call it conference because there's a lot of presentations, academic type of presentations, and we even had Hogwarts-style classes, and I taught astronomy and a wand-making workshop. But I also, in the fashion show, I had 3 of my outfits: my Snape outfit, my Asian Death Eater, which was my ball outfit for the ball, and I took my spacesuit from 2004 Worldcon and made a new helmet, and you'll see that a little bit later. And had that in the fashion show also. The spacesuit's supposed to be as if I was from Pig Farts. Pig Farts is supposed to be this intergalactic school of witchcraft and wizardry,
right.
and Pig Farts is on Mars. You need a rocket ship to get there, and a spacesuit. So
you need a rocket ship to go to Pig Farts.
Pig Farts, yes. And I picked up some more Wizard Rock CDs. Yeah, go ahead, laugh it up.
No, I'm just thinking, why not have the rocket ship propelled by pig farts?
Maybe it could be.
There's the magic.
Yeah.
It's methane.
And
the good news, you get to Mars. The bad news, you got to hold your breath. And no smoking.
Yeah. It is a smelly place. And then got some more Wizard Rock and had a lot of fun. And let's see, what else? Oh, Quidditch. We even had some Quidditch playing there. And I had mentioned last month that the World Cup will be in New York City again. And I took the footage I had from last November's Quidditch World Cup and made a music video. So it's a great music video. I think it has a song by New Order called World in Motion, which was the England's soccer team World Cup official song back in like 10, 11 years ago. So I thought, Quidditch World Cup, Soccer World Cup, hey, why not? And it's, the English. So here's the music video right here.
Make your own play, express yourself, don't true. Love's got the world in motion, and I can't believe it's true. Love's got the world in motion, and I can't believe it's true.
That's it for Anime Daisuki this month. If you're looking for more anime, go to Kineticon this summer in Hartford. There'll be a lot of cosplay going on there.
Okay, sounds good. All right. And finally, we offer a segment called Toys, Props, and Other
Stuff,
where we talk about the wonderful collectible world in science fiction, fantasy, and horror as our wonderful camera people point to stuff. Here we go.
This is the helmet I made. This is the new one. It's got a couple of lights on the side from Home Depot with LEDs in it. Got a couple air bottles. I primed it this time and spray painted it silver so that it won't flake off like the original one did. Here we have the soundtrack Symphonic Suite for Space Pirate Captain Harlock and the complete song collection for Captain Harlock. This is from the 1978-79 original animated series, and also Captain Harlock SSX and one other Captain Harlock series or from back then. Next to that is Ray Bradbury's Fahrenheit 451, a time when in the future where books were banned, and this one guy who was a fireman is forced to set fire to books and stuff, and he finds he likes to read, and he keeps one of them, and he finds that there are other people like him also. It was made into a movie back in the 60s, I believe. I can't remember when it was, but it was excellent book. Ayn Rand's Anthem, story of the future where society's collapsed and this new society is built on top of it. They are kind of primitive, but they're a collectivist type of society, so it's like pure communism. And everything's shared, and everybody doesn't even have any personal pronouns or names. They have, kind of generic names with numbers, generic words, and this one person discovers individualism.
Okay, the video games and DVDs are up on top. On one side you have Mortal Kombat, or Mortal Kombat 9. This is the reimagining of the arcade series from the 1990s. An excellent game. The movie in the middle is The Green Hornet, which Marc and I got to see back at the beginning of the year, starring Seth Rogen. Very funny movie. And on the other side, Portal 2, the excellent sequel to the vastly underrated Valve game.
Yep, and underneath that is the copy of the Green Lantern comic book that was offered at Free Comic Book Day.
And here we have the Blu-ray for Beauty and the Beast. My family discovered that I had sold all the VHS Disney videos for fundraising for our club. And so I told them, yeah, well, we can replace them all with the Blu-rays as they come out and stuff. So here's one of them that I picked up. It's the Diamond Edition, has a DVD and Blu-ray version of Beauty and the Beast. Plus probably I think the new scene that they put in, and I think it's an excellent film. It's like a perfect musical if you love musicals. Next to that are two Justin Fletchley CDs, Justin Fletchley and the Half-Blood Pizza, and the Pizzeria Hufflepolitana.
Say that 5 times fast.
right.
Yeah, Justin's a big pizza fan. He lives right here in Rhode Island. His songs, he just loves to rock and roll. So his music is great.
As always, if you want to get in touch with us, our website is www.risfc.org. You can email us at info@risfic.org. Snail mail is Rhode Island Science Fiction Club, P.O. Box 8515, Warwick, Rhode Island, 02888. We have Facebook and YouTube pages. And any last words before we go?
Yes, I want to say this because I had noticed it actually because I was glancing over my notes,
Right.
and my wife retyped them. And so I was looking at the stuff, and she put in there, my wife loves me. So I'm just saying, my wife loves me very much. So yes, my wife loves me very much. Thank you, Leslie. I love you too. No, I don't have to be told that. I
Something
know
is
this.
desperately wrong with this
no.
relationship, and I'm going on record as saying that, okay?
Well, my
note.
wife and I, as we tape, celebrate our 17th wedding anniversary. So happy anniversary, Deb. I love you. A million more years together.
And you'd better believe he's been told to say that.
No, I wasn't. That's going to be it for our June 2011 edition of Sci-Fi Journal. Thank you very much for watching, and we will see you in July.
I always think I can't see the movie. So let's go.
You wanted to wear the mask.
Hold on. Let me make this one feel.
I've got my office.